Want to find out about a little known secret that will make you really sound like a British native speaker? Watch this video to learn that secret and learn how your English speaking will improve better and faster than you ever thought possible. Are you ready? Let's go!
Welcome to my channel where you will learn English better, and welcome aboard Palm Tree Teaching English Academy. I'm Deirdre Nicholas, and for over 20 years I've helped thousands of English learners all over the world improve their English, and now it's your turn. For the very best English language lessons and a new way to learn English that really works, subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button and the bell so that you don't miss any of my twice-weekly lessons.
One of the least known secrets to sounding like a native speaker, and one of the easiest to do, is to use idioms and British phrases.
Using idioms at any level of your English will make it sound much more advanced. So what are idioms? They are a collection of words that are used to create a picture, a visual image of something, to create a wise saying or comment, and we use them in British English all the time. You have to use idioms to sound like a native speaker, and not just any idioms, but modern ones, to sound more like the British native speaker. Using idioms will make people think, is he British? Is she British? So there's 2 points I want to make about idioms. Firstly, try and use modern idioms, ones that we use now in native speaking countries. And the second important point is, don't forget that using idioms is for informal English, not to be used in your business emails to your boss. Now, I'm going to give you my top tips for the top 7 modern British idioms which you can include in your English language from now. The first idiom I want to tell you about is to hit the nail on the head. Now, this refers to someone or something doing something that is exactly and precisely right. So it's often used in the second or third person because it refers to somebody else usually. So for example, Peter doesn't say very much, but when he does, he hits the nail on the head. He's always right. My second idiom is the phrase cheap as chips. Now, this means something that doesn't cost very much. It's very inexpensive. Now, the American equivalent to this is a dime a dozen, but we use chips because originally chips were very inexpensive, very cheap. You often use it for when you found a bargain. So, for example, in a sample sentence, it would be, "We went to the restaurant down the road. I was so surprised because the food was as cheap as chips." Now, my third idiom is the opposite of cheap as chips, and it is, "It cost an arm and a leg." Now, that means something is very expensive. It cost a lot of money. Now, obviously, the idea came from the fact that arms and legs are of great value. So a sentence could be, "I bought a new car yesterday. It cost an arm and a leg." My fourth idiom is to drive someone round the bend, or drive one round the bend. Now, this refers to being in an emotional state of frustration and you're annoyed that you've just had enough of something. In a sentence, it would be, "A week on holiday with my relatives would drive me round the bend." Now, my fifth idiom is under the weather, which is often used with feel or feeling. So you would feel under the weather. Now, this refers to something where you're slightly ill, not feeling very good, but nothing very, very serious. Maybe you've got the beginnings of a cold or something like that. The phrase might be, "I can't meet you now, I'm feeling a bit under the weather." Now, here's a real classic British idiom that has been used for a long time but is still very much used now, and it is "for donkey's years." Now, it means for a long, long time. Originally, interestingly, it started off being for donkey's ears, and they were long ears, so that referred to a long time. Now, a sample phrase might be, "Wow, I haven't seen you for donkey's years. It must have been when we were at school together." My seventh and final idiom is, "It's not my cup of tea." Now, that means it's something that you don't really like or you're not very interested in. We can use it positively to say, "It's my cup of tea," but it's not very used. We're more likely to say something like, "It's up my street." And a sentence might be, Thank you so much for inviting me, but opera just isn't my cup of tea. So remember, using these British idioms will mark you out as a very good English speaker. So good luck with them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I would love to hear from you. So please put your comments under the video in the comments section. Don't forget, I post lessons twice a week so that you can learn English like a native speaker and speak English like a native speaker as well. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any lessons, and I hope you really enjoy learning English. So until next time, bye!